Now that's what I'm talking about, bro. Much better press conference for Tank Davis and Jake Paul in Miami than they had in New York, right? And we see this all the time. All the time with Tank. The first press conferences be, yeah. But then the second one usually is better than the first. That's a trend, right? The first Lamont Roach press conference, midi, dry. The second one, much better. First Jake Paul press conference in New York, dry, midi. Second one, much better. Let's break down some things that we saw in the press conference. Number one, before y'all get to it though, because I already know how people are, I already have the live stream up for today. Yes, I saw what Tank Davis tweeted at something that I said. I'll be addressing it today on my live stream, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Pull up. Now, as far as the press conference though, Tank looked much more himself. Let's start there, right? Much more engaged, much more aware of his surroundings, much more tuned in, much more locked in better spirits, so to speak. So just overall, he gave a better press conference. The back and forth with him and Jake wasn't as cringe in the first press conference. I don't know if there were some conversations behind the scenes of, yo, y'all need to turn the hell up. Y'all need to turn the hell up. Y'all both was dry as shit in the first press conference. Y'all need to do more in the second press conference. And if the conversation wasn't had, yo, them ankle monitor jokes, them handcuff jokes, them dumb jokes, keep them hoes to a minimum, bro. We ain't rocking with that. But definitely less cringy from Jake Paul's point of view. Now, as they get to the questions from Brian Custer, Tank is doing everything he can to try to make us believe he's taking this shit serious. Nothing you can do, bro. Nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. As a boxing analyst, the only thing you can do to get people to believe you taking this serious is to knock Jake Paul the fuck out and beat him up and fight him like you fight everybody else. Secondly, the only thing he can do to make people take his career serious moving forward depends on what you do after Jake Paul. Just cause you don't like what I had to say, Tank, don't mean I'm gonna stop saying it, bro. The truth is the truth. And if that make you feel like you want to come at me, you barking up the wrong tree. Can't wait to go live tonight. Now, as they move past Brian Custer, they start getting asked questions from the media. Except for this time, it's not so much the media asking questions. They asked a couple of questions. But really the highlight of the media scrum part of it was Aiden Ross, J. Leon Love, who is Jake Paul's trainer, and Calvin Ford, who we all know is Tank Davis' trainer. Let's start with Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross and Tank Davis got a bet for $200,000. Tank tried to up the bet to $250,000. Aiden Ross said, hell no. But he asked Jake to bet. After some shit talking back and forth, it all comes down to Tank got a bet with Aiden Ross for $200,000 that he gonna beat Jake Paul. Tank got a bet with Jake Paul for $2 million that he gonna beat Jake Paul. And Aiden got a side bet with some other content creator for $50K. That other content creator got Tank and he got Jake. I thought that was a pretty smart marketing tool. You know, Aiden Ross, again, you can tell that the marketing for this fight is the younger social media audience. That's why they have guys like Aiden Ross there with his huge following and people. Those are the people that they're trying to market this fight to. Not me and not you. But when they were doing that shit, bro, when they was talking about the bet, I'm like, did Tank ever pay Lamont Roach? That's the first thing I thought. Like, they shook on the shit and everything. I was like, yo, did Lamont Roach ever get paid by Tank Davis? Because y'all know, for those of you, I can't wait to go live. For those of y'all, KO, Tank's biggest defender. Nigga, I'm the defender. Tank went at his biggest defender. KO is in shambles. Number one, I guarantee you this. I'm more critical of Tank Davis with fair criticism than y'all will ever be for your favorite fighter, number one. Number two, Tank really threw me an alley-oop. Because watch the numbers that tonight's live stream do. Y'all are so stupid. Nigga be winning. Y'all really think I'm losing. Y'all gonna see though. And then, for those of you with my name in your mouth, you really forming Voltron and gathering Infinity Stones. Oh, I'm about to flame you niggas. Oh my God, bro. I'm gonna cook the shit out of y'all, bro. I can't wait. 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Can't get here fast enough. Anyway, back to what I was talking about, bro. So, for the social media shit and the betting and shit, that's cool. Just if the unthinkable happened, Tank, I just wonder you gonna pay that man his money. Now, for Calvin Ford. Well, now let me start with J. Leon Love because he was first. J. Leon Love went up there and asked Jake Paul some questions about, yo, you beat Tank, you gonna give a bet to your team or whatever. Jake said, yeah, I'm gonna give it to my team. And then Tank was like going at J. Leon Love. That's when you could see glimpses of the old Tank. He was going at J. Leon. And basically, it got to the point where J. Leon was like, man, I got love for you, black man. I want to see you do well. I want to see you do well, bro. What I ever done to you, I've always showed love. Copping, please. Copping, please, bro. Crazy. Copping, please, because Tank getting on your helmet. Nigga like that, you got to get on this helmet back. Don't worry. I'll show y'all. I'll show y'all what to do. Realest in this shit. Realest in this shit. For sure. So that was cool. But then the big part to me was the glove shit that Calvin Ford came up there with. Because Calvin Ford came up there and he asked Jake Paul, he was like, look, bro, you know I'm Tank trainer. Why y'all got to fight in 12-ounce gloves? I know my youngin can handle himself. Why can't you just fight in 10 ounces and let him fight in 8 ounces since you always fighting 10 and he used to fighting in 8s? For those y'all don't know, if it's above welterweight, they fight in 10 ounces gloves. Anything welterweight below, they fight in 8-ounce gloves. In case y'all didn't know that. So Jake says, well, nah, it was actually Tank's team that wanted the bigger gloves. Tank said, I never asked for that. I don't care what glove size we fight in. So Calvin Ford doubles down and says, okay, well, you told me something I ain't know that because I ain't in on the business, but he cool with fighting in 8s. What about you? Jake's like, I want to fight in 10s anyway. So apparently they agreed to make the glove size smaller. This is a big deal. I'm going to tell y'all why it's a big deal, bro. Because the smaller gloves are going to help the more skilled, more accurate fighter, both offensively and defensively. Obviously, accuracy, I'm talking about punching. But defense also accurate where your hand placement and how you shield up your defense and shit. The reason it's gonna help Tank and not Jake, who obviously we know is more accurate and more skilled, is because the hand placement on defense, when your gloves are smaller, you gotta be more on point with that shit. Your punch accuracy, when the gloves are bigger, you could be less accurate because it got more surface area on them. When they're smaller, you got to be pinpoint with that shit. So the glove shit, if they do indeed put the pen to paper and they decide that they are going to do that and really make it part of the fight, then that's going to help Tank more than to help Jake Paul. Overall, the first press conference, I gave that an F. The second press conference, albeit way better than the first one, I'm still getting scripted vibes, bro. I'm still getting this gonna be some bullshit vibes. They trying to sell me, but I ain't buying what they selling. So I'm gonna give it like a C. C to a C plus. Right? A C to a C plus for that presser yesterday. But y'all let me know what y'all think. What's your grade for the second Tank and Jake press conference? Don't forget we live tonight, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I'll see y'all soon. Peace!